As we look back, we don't measure ourselves by numbers, but we measure by the impact we have had on employees and their families, impact on customers and their businesses, impact on the community, impact on the partners, the ecosystem, and of course, impact on the industry. What makes Zoho different is we not only build products, but we focus on building know-how and capability to build products in regions that are otherwise ignored and providing opportunity to people that are otherwise ignored.
I came to Chennai just with 1,000 rupees in my pocket. Okay, so one of my friend who helped me to get a security job in Zoho. I was very happy that I got a job like in such big companies, like not actually in Zoho, but in a post in a big company. Okay, pardon my English. Okay, I was in a different medium of school. Okay, I was in Assamese medium. I have learned this all from Zoho schools.
He may have joined us through a security job. He is now a developer at Zoho.
அப்போ வந்துட்டு சலூன் கடை தான் வச்சுருக்காங்க. ஸோ அதுலேருந்து வர இன்கம் வந்துட்டுனா கம்மி தான். ஸோ என்னாலையும் ஜோகோ ஜாயின் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு இன்கம் கொடுக்க முடிஞ்சு, ஃபேமிலியை சப்போர்ட் பண்ண முடிஞ்சு.
சேலரி வச்சு எங்கள் வீட்டில் நடக்கிற கஷ்டத்தெல்லாம் என்னால் போக்க முடியுது. எனக்கு தேவையான பொருளெல்லாம் என்னோடய பைசாலே வாங்கிக்கிடுறேன். ஸோ என்னால் அந்த சேலரி வச்சு கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக என்னோடய வீட்டு கஷ்டத்தையும் போக்க முடியுது. நான் அதை சேர்த்து வச்சு என்னோடய தங்கச்சி அவங்களுக்கும் பண்ண முடியுது. என்னோடய கல்யாணத்துக்கு, என் தங்கச்சி அவங்க கல்யாணத்துக்கும் என்னால் சேவிங் பண்ண முடியுது.
அவரோட வருமானம் வந்த பொருள் என்னுடைய பாரம் ரொம்ப குறைஞ்சிருக்கு இப்போ. அதனால் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குது. நாங்கள் ஜோஹோக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி சொல்லுது.
7 மாதமாக நல்ல சம்பளம் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்கா. கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டத்தில் 3 பிள்ளைகளில் ஒரு பிள்ளை நல்லா நீங்கி வந்துருச்சு அப்படின்னு பெருமைப்படுதான். இது எல்லாமே எங்கள் ஐயா ஜோஹோக்கு தான் நன்றி தெரிவிக்கணும்.
And you know that I am the very first software engineer in my entire village. I am the first engineer. So it makes me like, I don't know that whether I should be proud of myself, I don't know, but it makes me happy that I am the first engineer of my village.
There is a lot of latent talent in the world that is really waiting for that opportunity, that first step on the ladder. At Zoho, we have actually specialized in providing that opportunity, get people on that first step on the ladder, and then they figure out how to climb afterwards. It's really that the talent is everywhere in our estimation. In fact, if we could do it all over again, if we could do it all over the world, we would create so much opportunity.
So I have been seeing Zoho running one of its development centers in Tenkasi, the rural South Tamil Nadu. Based on that, we decided to move to my native, Tirunelveli. There are 2 core reasons inbuilt into the objective. One is like keeping ourselves frugal, creating affordable software for the global market. Second one is like we just want to contribute to the society back. There are people who are struggling to travel out of Tirunelveli, either due to monetary reasons or language barriers, who can still build great products. And following the Zoho way, we moved ourselves to Tirunelveli to start the company.
I don't think a lot of companies would have gone through such fundamental transformation multiple times and survived and thrived, right? So being part of that journey, right, taught us a lot of nuances, right? It's one is to read about something, but another is to be part of it. That nuances to understand, right? That gives a lot of confidence. Zoho produced a lot of full stack entrepreneurs.
Zoho has had a tremendous impact, not just economically, but also in the social development of the district. Zoho has been very successful in tapping the talent which is there in the rural area. We don't really have to bring everybody out of the rural areas, bring them to the town and make them educated and take them to heights. We need to see that every rural area gets all the amenities that is required, take on the strength of the rural areas, rebuild on that, bring back the confidence among our rural youth that they are not to be sidelined, they have the equal opportunities compared to the children who are there in the towns or in the urban areas. That is the confidence we have to build on, and they have tremendous strength in themselves. So we got to revive that strength among the rural youth, and catching them young is very important. Now that is where I think the schools have started working upon, the Zoho schools that you're working on.
Some of these are influenced by philosophy, and philosophy plays an important role in Zoho.
Philosophy seems at first something far removed from everyday concerns of business, but in reality, philosophy is extremely important. And this is where your core convictions come from. For example, we talk about creating opportunity for people who lack it, creating opportunity for talent that does not have it. That is a philosophical premise. Why should we have to do it? That's a philosophical premise, it's a conviction that comes from within. In the same way, why should we work on rural initiatives? Why should we try to bring talent back into rural areas? All of these come from deep philosophical wellsprings. So it is very important for business people to be aware of the inner motivations, the philosophical journey within, from which all these motivations arise.
These convictions play a crucial role in the everyday decisions we make at Zoho. One such example is privacy.
I wrote the first privacy policy for Zoho, and one of the statements that was there right from the beginning is that we will not use your data for any marketing purposes. And till date we have held on to that promise that we will not monetize your data. So even before GDPR, now I am talking about 2006 when I wrote the first privacy policy. So in 2006 we made this promise that we will not monetize your data, and then that was much before people started talking about privacy, talking about data protection. So I think this data protection and privacy, the respect for users' data, is something that has been there with Zoho.
From building a deep technology stack to doing deep R&D in rural villages, from building over 100 products across industries to providing opportunity to over thousands of employees, from prioritizing education over credentials to prioritizing R&D over sales and marketing, from prioritizing privacy over profits to believing in zero debt philosophy, from doing marketing through engineering to doing organic farming as part of the business. All of these are driven by our convictions.
For the last 25 years, I've been very fortunate to work with many of my senior colleagues who have been there all along this journey. And that's something that is incredibly supportive, because without them, there is no way this whole organization could have been built. And this, in fact, I often wondered, why would people want to stay with us? And ultimately, it is not just for money, not just for material well-being, it is also a fulfillment. For all of us, this journey has been extremely fulfilling, and that is why people are still with us. And we want to go another 25 years, if the universe is willing, on this journey.
Been with Zoho for 14 years.
15 years. 15th year.
17th year at Zoho.
19 years.
20 years.
20th.
20 years.
20th year.
20 years. And this is my 21st year.
21st year.
This is my 21st year.
21st. My 21st year.
21 years.
21st year. 21st year.
22nd year.
My 22nd.
My 22nd.
My 23rd year.
23rd year.
23 years.
23 years.
My 24th year.
24 years.
24th.
25th year at Zoho.
This is my 25th year at Zoho. Wow, 25 years at the same company. Seems like a lifetime in our industry. But to be honest, this wasn't planned. It just happened.
We have over 100 people who have been with the company for over 20 years, and a few thousand people who have been with us for over a decade. All employees committed towards the mission, along with our convictions and culture, make up the root system of Zoho. When you look at Zoho as a plant, externally what you see is what's above the surface. Internally, what we see is what's underneath the soil. Over the last 25 years, we've built a deep root system. Root system built around people, with values, built with conviction and culture. And that root system goes deep and wide. We don't look at it as a work life. We look at it as our life's work. We thank you for your support. Namaste.